Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So today, big news of the day is that I'm holding a Mac.
Oh,
It feels really weird. I hope I'm not gonna like get in trouble from
That's
Microsoft.
an old Mac. They're smaller now.
Guess what I want to talk about today? You know what I want to talk about today.
I do. I've seen
You
the
do.
blog.
Why don't we spend some time kind of reflecting on what are different social media outlets used for, and what does it mean when someone all of a sudden has a lot of activity on one of them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So for example,
for sure.
like just to give everybody example, if I see all of a sudden a lot of activity on LinkedIn, does that mean that someone's looking for a job?
No.
Or, things like that, right? I guess the first one that I want to talk about is Facebook, the most popular one, and the one that I don't have.
And
Do you have
the most
Facebook?
Yeah, I do.
So
The
Facebook,
most controversial. You're not alone in unFacebooking yourself.
so Facebook to me, I'm thinking it's like a Fox News of social media. That's where you go there for drama. Is that right?
No.
Oh, okay. So here are some of the things that I found about
Okay,
Facebook.
sure.
You tend to follow the majority if you're on Facebook. You want to belong where everybody else is.
I believe that. Yeah.
You like to stalk people, your friends, your exes.
I know people. Yes.
If you post on Facebook and not just following, because I know there's some legitimate reasons. You have family overseas and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
keep them like that. But if you post, you're likely an extrovert.
I don't agree with that statement.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And when you see a lot of activity from people on Facebook who haven't been active,
Yes.
either they're trying to get in touch for whatever reason,
Maybe.
or something in their life has changed. For example,
That's
maybe
happened to me.
right?
Yeah.
What would change in your life?
Well, no.
Well, I
I-
remember from a few episodes ago.
I can
said
tell you a scary. I can tell you a scary thing that happened to me. I had a friend reach out that. Well, let me take that back. Not friend, it wouldn't even be an acquaintance anymore. Someone that I knew in junior high school. He was wanted by the police
Oh,
for something.
so why? What's the?
All of a sudden, he was reaching out to people.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling he was reaching out to people because I don't know why, but some desperate attempt to create
Right,
normalcy or references or
Oh,
something.
Weird.
And the second he Facebook friended me, I went
Yeah.
and
yeah.
said to my partner, "Why is this happening?" And she
Well-
thought it was odd. And then all of a sudden it comes out in the news that this happened. I'm like,
Stuff like that always
so
comes up.
why that happened.
So that's actually another thing that I have. People need a favor. Perhaps it's a favor related to a friend of a friend, something like that. So basically, people want to get in touch. They need something, or they want to belong to a community. That's basically my summary of Facebook.
Yes, but for mom and grandma.
So next one, Twitter.
Yeah.
And Twitter I have labeled as Netflix of social media, right? So a few things that I have here about it. You like to be informed, but not really socialize, which is not always the case. But let's think of it as you're likely an introvert. And if you post, you're likely to keep things very much obviously because the platform requires you to be very much to the point. When you see a lot of activity from people on Twitter that haven't been active, they're trying to promote something. That's one thing. And that happened to me when I wrote my books, right? Like you have to promote and kind of let people know about what's happening. And you know what other funny reason I found that people are on Twitter? They're trying to get noticed by someone else famous, and it's hilarious. Like you see these, but you see these tweets where people are like trying to say, at someone that's like really famous. It's kind of my story adding Satya Nadella to my LinkedIn. So next one, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, actually very interesting. So we have unwanted visitor. Come in, Robert. Come in. Join the show. Don't stop now. So we're talking about LinkedIn, Robert,
We need a green
and
recording.
LinkedIn. So Robert, what would you say? Would you say it's true that LinkedIn is a place where people professionally stalk other professionals?
Absolutely.
There you go. That's 100% of responses in my favor.
I think you should stop stalking.
No, but I think it does depend on the industry. I think there are certain industries that have a tech savvy understanding of how LinkedIn can be useful. Other industries, I think, still.
Salespeople.
Yeah.
Sales. It's more about. It's
So-
not an industry. It's more. Salespeople are the ones creeping you out on Facebook and then
Recruiters.
looking you up on LinkedIn. Recruiters.
So hey, did you know that LinkedIn is mostly like, if you're a LinkedIn user, you're more likely a male? Really? Did you know that?
I didn't know
That's
that.
apparently a statistic. Even if you're like a professional, like women are not like
Right.
not so attracted to LinkedIn apparently.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe it's divulging too much personal information about themselves or something.
Potentially, yeah.
yeah.
So here's another couple of things that I have. I'm curious what you think about it.
Yeah.
Now that you're part of our Stop and Interrupt campaign, updating your, when you see someone that hasn't been active on LinkedIn, all of a sudden you see them updating your resumes, adding skills, adding recommendations. They're probably passively job hunting, perhaps just starting.
I totally agree. I think it's a huge indicator when people start updating that. Not always, but a lot of times when they're updating a lot of their information, that means they're looking for something. It also depends on what they're updating as well.
So here's another one. Adding people. You know how on LinkedIn you can add people? When you're adding an unusual number of people, you're in a deeper stage of job hunting. Perhaps you already lost your job and it's not updated on your resume. But you're adding a lot of people that you haven't been adding. Would you agree with that?
It depends, I think. It depends, again. I think salespeople sometimes might be prospecting and looking for more opportunities, whereas somebody in a different scenario might be trying to broaden their network so they can find more opportunities for work.
Right.
Maybe it's just an opportunity. It's widening the net, whatever that requirement is for widening that net might be.
Exactly.
I think I'm a different use case for LinkedIn.
Tell us about your use case.
And I don't think I'm alone, but I purposefully accept every invitation that I get
Okay.
because
You're accept. Okay, we're gonna cut that out.
can we get a sensor like a symbol over your mouth?
I'm the same way. I just accept everybody.
I accept everyone, but I do it on purpose because I don't want somebody thinking because I accept that person over another person that, one, I'm making a judgment call on who I'm willing to network with professionally. Also because it also makes it harder for people to know if I'm really looking for something,
Yeah.
like a job or
Yeah.
whatever, because
No,
I keep it at a constant, steady rate of accepting invitations.
Okay, so here's a couple of other things about
I do
LinkedIn.
agree.
When you're liking comments on posts, you know how some people are like, "Oh, I like comments," or "I like the photo," "I like the little update." Here's a theory.
I never do that.
I did it a couple of times. So oh, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, so because you know what? By the way, whatever you like, later on when you search on Google, you're actually associated with that post when you search for your name. And ask me how I know. I searched for my name, right? And then I do that quite often. Yeah. I search for my name. Is that weird? It's a vanity thing. So just yesterday when I was searching my name, the different results that came up from a day before I searched my name were the things where I put like on posts.
Well, and there's an attitude on that you should actually spend the time to do that because you are curating your own news feed.
But here's
in
what it
LinkedIn
means.
by doing that. And so you can't complain that the news feed's crappy
If
on
you
your
don't-
LinkedIn
You have
if
to
you're not
create
liking
you have to create
stuff.
your own trend, basically.
But here's what I suggest that means. What I suggest that means, if you're commenting on things on posts and on people's profiles, you've mastered your current job and role, right? You're mastered your current job, or maybe it's whatever full-time job that you have, whatever you have there, right? And you're trying to see what others talk about professionally. And basically, what it probably means is that you have a bit of a spare time in your workday.
Spare time. Who's got that? But yeah, I hear you. Do you know what bugs me though?
I do.
I wanted to participate in the LinkedIn question and answers because I do feel I'm at a point in my career, I'm at an age in my life where I want to give back a little too to the industry that I'm in.
Yeah.
Which is why I like doing this stuff too. And I want the next generation to I want to give back and not just fade into obscurity about it. And I wanted to answer questions on LinkedIn that people that might have. I found most of those question things, like, so I don't like to like stuff, I like to answer questions people might have.
Yeah.
Most of those questions are not genuine. People are posting questions.
Right,
you know
for
what I mean?
marketing.
Like,
Yeah,
they're trying to sell something like,
Yeah.
so what's the best
So-
CRM product? And then they answer with their own, oh, Microsoft did, you know.
Yeah. Writing articles. So when someone's writing articles, they are either thinking of going independent, just like you were saying, right? You like to. So when they're, you know how some people,
Give back to
right?
the community.
Either they're going independent or they want to build a network of professional followers.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement.
Google Plus. Here's my opinion on Google Plus.
Sorry, what did you say?
The Google Plus.
Is that something?
So if you have a
uses
Google
Google Plus?
if you have a Google Plus account, chances are you clicked on something at some point without paying attention while watching YouTube.
Yeah, you don't. Fair enough. Fair
Probably
enough.
didn't intend for that to happen.
Well, do you know
But-
what? You know what Google Plus is great for, though?
What?
Tight,
Really? I can't. Wow.
tight, niche
No.
business discussions around certain stuff.
Let's leave it at that. Anyway, YouTube. So YouTube basically means that your life is so interesting and it's just beyond text updates and image updates or anything else. It's basically like an indie movie, you think, and then everybody must see it.
No.
But realistically,
Okay.
seriously, I think, well, there's some bit of it. There's some people putting a lot of like vanity stuff, right, on like, you know, on YouTube. However,
I see it as a hodgepodge of everything. Everybody's got a voice, an opinion, a family video, a funny video, you name it, it's on there. So they have to get into channels. You got to get into other things if you want to have content.
Kids like watching that more than TV. A kid would rather watch someone else play a video game for 30 minutes than sit down and watch TV for 30 minutes. I personally would rather sit down and watch a YouTube video for 10 or 15 minutes about a topic I'm interested in.
Is that your own
than
YouTube
watch
video?
TV. Yes, I just sit watch myself.
just keep reading. Is that how we got 40 views last week?
Yeah.
If you're creating content on YouTube, what does it really mean? It means you're pretty good at something and you want to share it with others and either get feedback on, you know, because like you think you're pretty good, you don't know if you're good. There's this instant feedback of comments, likes, and dislikes. And, you know, I think that is the gateway for people or place for people.
But that's a stage, like that's like musicians on the stage, and it's a gateway drug of them, like they love the feedback from the audience. However, my theory on YouTube is people like to create content. I like to create content or see me in content created for stuff that I want to watch. My son will make YouTube videos because he wants to watch other videos just like that.
Interesting.
And I think people make videos of stuff that they want to watch.
Cool. What's going on with this? You're suspiciously laughing. Are we still have we talked for half an hour for no reason? Are we still being recorded? Have we just like, have we lost it? So we got to speed it up. We have a bunch of social.
Do not cut out the cameraman in those comments. I like it.
We have like a bunch of social networks. We have only 3 minutes left to talk
That's
about.
okay.
Ron.
Go on. There's lots
Okay,
going on.
Instagram.
Tell me.
Really quick. Okay.
Love it.
Instagram.
Love it.
Never used it.
You're too old. You're not demographic. Ooh. Come on. I'm too
So
old.
it's just selfie. I can carry. If we pulled up Ron's Instagram, it's between a bunch of selfies at a restaurant. How much do you want to bet on that?
in a restaurant. I did a
Ron's
lot of food
stuff,
stuff.
yeah,
I love the food stuff. No, you know what Instagram is? Instagram is Facebook for kids. Foursquare, check in, check out. It started to become too creepy
It's been added to
because, yeah,
So is it dead?
I think it's dead.
no.
They added the feature to Facebook, and I do check-ins, check-outs when I want to remember where I've been. And
Yeah.
I used to use, years ago, used Foursquare, and I just gave up the features to Facebook now.
Foursquare is nice for checking in when you're on vacation.
Yeah.
But isn't that what TripIt's for?
Path. What the hell is Path? I have no
Well, I
idea.
was saying it was a Facebook alternative. It's still used in San Francisco by the tech community.
So it's kind of like MySpace for San Francisco.
Got 9
Yeah.
subscribers,
Okay.
No, it's got a.
Got it. Moving right along.
Grandma's not on task.
Slack.
There's 2 Slack messages right there.
All right.
Slack, to me, Slack, Link, Skype messaging.
So it's not really social media.
Instagram.
It's not a social media.
Yeah, it is.
Slack
That's
is
the
social
new
media?
social media, in my opinion.
How is it social? Like, if it's like Link and Skype are not social media.
So why don't I get Slack? Slack is free.
Yeah.
So you and I are gonna go, and you and I and a bunch of guys are gonna go on a road trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
Great. Let's all download Slack and start a group. So the only people in that email message chain flipping stuff back and
Yeah.
forth to each other are just us. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And that's what kids are using as the new Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Like when you create an email and you only carbon copy the people you want.
Yeah. Why don't you just do that?
Email,
Yeah.
because email's dead. Email is
I know.
dead.
A few people
broke.
told me that. Why is
broke.
the email? Anyway, it's not on our list. I'm sorry, it's not on our list. It's not. Email is not on our list. All right, next one.
By old people.
And that's it. Like we're out. So the next question you have, like last question is so. And actually, we're actually curious to know what do you think about these social networks, and from what we talked about, does that resonate with you? Would you like to add something? What are you using social network for? What kind of social network are you using, and what does that mean to you? Do you think we're right about LinkedIn, about Facebook? Yeah.
That.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Is
but
that
we
a good...
we would love to hear basically people's comments on this. Absolutely. But social data, I don't think it's dead. Social is thriving. There's tons of social networks.
Yeah.
The internet is about social. That's what everything we have, collab tools, messaging, Facebook. It's all about me communicating with somebody else and facilitating that communication. And as long as there's communication is social. It's not that is the net. So,
And that's the beauty of internet. We would love to hear what you think and get your comments, right? Like, we would love to actually hear your guys' comments. So feel free to thumb us up and thumb Ron down and and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for today. Until next time.
All right. See you.